Recently, I had enough of door campers. They're so annoying. I'm trying to get up my base and just waiting with a water pipe or a DB outside of the entry to my base. And even after I get external high walls up and a gate, they will still be waiting outside of the gate or to the side of it with a DB. So, what can you do? Of course, you can put some shotgun traps in here or a flame turret, but that's not really gonna be enough because they can hide in a corner like here or wait, and the flame turrets or shotgun traps won't kill them, and they just can loot your body from here without the shotgun traps, attacking them. And I mean, you can try to look into the corners every time you exit the gate, but it's just so annoying just to look every time if there is somebody, and even then you're not really sure if they're hiding here behind the corner and you're just not able to see, and especially if you have to place your foundations a little bit higher and they're crouched there, which they often do, you cannot really spot them. So what's the best solution here? A few months ago I watched Mr. Flag's video, which I'll put a link in the description, on how to set up an auto turret that will connect it to an HBF sensor that will automatically open the doors if the enemy is close by, and also stop from opening the doors once the turret runs out of ammunition. His video explains it really well how to set up such a system, but if you're annoyed by door campers, placing a HBF sensor visibly to everybody and placing an auto turret behind the doors to the entry to your base, or just placing another door next to the entry to your base and placing the auto turret behind it, it will help, because if enemies come by, the doors will open, so you can actually see that enemies are outside because the doors are open, so you will know there will be enemies. But if they wait here behind the walls, you still won't be able to kill them, and the turret will only shoot if they come next to the door, and they still can camp here, and you will have a really hard time coming out of your base or your gate. So what's the best way to defend the entrance to your base or the gate to your compound from door campers? In my opinion, it's not placing the turret inside the gate or next to it, it's placing it in the external opposite to the entrance. So like in this example here. And since you probably will have a few of externals, it will look quite normal for other players for you to have such a structure. Now the question is, how do you connect an HBS sensor that's close by the entrance to your gate with an auto turret there without the door campers being able to see it? Okay, I had to switch the build server because the last one was crashing like every 10 minutes and it drove me nuts. Now, how do you hide a HBHF sensor? Like, you can put it in the grass next to the door and it's already gonna be hard enough to spot it. And I think for most situations that's good enough. But I think the best way to hide an HBHF sensor is in a rack. You can place it in such a way that you cannot see it at all, so I think that's very good. But the problem is that because now you need to connect it, and if you connect it, like for example to a door controller, you will see the wire, and that's basically gives it away. So what can we do about that? We can connect it in such a way that it's almost invisible. If we find some low ground, so let's say I'm gonna just go here and then connect it to the door controller. The door controller is here. Okay, and now because the cable is going below the ground, it's in a straight line, the wire, it's basically not visible at all. Like, you cannot see it at all. It goes here, and here only like a small piece of the wire is sticking out, but this way nobody can spot it, and it's pretty much perfectly hidden. So you do that same thing with the power in. Now the power in, you connect to the blocker. Okay, let's go and connect it to the blocker. Yeah, maybe like this. Blocker. Okay, now it's connected to the blocker, and if the blocker is sending out power to the HBF sensor, it will be working. And again, because you made this connection of the wire below, it's like almost impossible to spot it. Okay, now let's connect all the other electrical components. You go from the power out of the battery to an electrical branch. For the whole setup you need 16 power, so you set that 16 power and you use an electrical branch, so you can still connect other things to the battery. But I think in this situation you don't even need the electrical branch. You can go straight out to the smart system. But let's go connect it to this smart switch, and now the output of the smart switch goes to the second electrical branch. That one you set up to 11 to power the autoturret, and the branch out, not the branch out, but the power out, you connect to the blocker. Now the blocker power out is connected to HBHF sensor. Now the only thing you still could do, you don't have actually to use the blocker, but you know, Mr. Flank's video, I think he showed a really cool way that once the turret runs out of ammo, you can put it to the block pass-through. That means if the auto turret runs out of ammo, it will put a signal into the block pass-through and to block the whole system, and the HBF sensor won't receive any power. But actually you don't really need that. If you go offline, just turn off the smart switch, and since it's a smart switch, you can pair it with your Rust Plus app, and so you don't even have to go inside here. Okay, now let's test this whole system. We're gonna turn off the system. I'm gonna clear myself from the auto turret, and now I'm gonna turn off the smart switch, and let's get somewhere here. Now I'm a pesky door camper. I coming towards here. Oh no, the auto turret is gonna shoot me. Okay, and another way. Oh, I wanna door camp that enemy really bad. I'm coming. No, it's shooting. Okay, so it's really great. Of course you cannot hide. This will be actually the base with external walls. It is just a gate to demonstrate the system. But what if you cannot connect the HBHF sensor with the external TC that has the auto turret, because you know the external TC is too far away, or because there is no low ground nearby and it's hard to hide the wire? Well, the rock that you're gonna use is most likely gonna be next to the gate, and even the rock might be touching the foundations. Then you don't have to have any low ground at all. But in such a situation, it's way easier. You just use some low ground here and connect it to a RF broadcaster. Now do that same thing with the output of your smart switch. Find again a low ground and find the power in. Now see, the wire is hidden. Here you will have external walls, so behind the gate, you don't really have to hide the wire. Now you have your battery that's connecting to the smart switch. This smart switch output is connecting to HBH sensor, and the HBH sensor is connecting the RF broadcaster. Now put something different than one. I just put 7893, and now you have to place an RF receiver and inside your turret. So what all you did is taking an RF receiver and change the things that it will be connected to, how the HBHF sensor was connected. So you get the power out, the power in. Let's charge it with the output of the blocker. Now the power out, it will go to the door controller, unlock the door. Now the problem is you cannot connect the pair the door controller with the door. So because the RF receiver doesn't receive any power, it will only receive the power when you're near the HBF sensor next to the gate, but then you cannot really connect it. So what you will do, you just take another RF broadcaster, place it here, connect it, use some power to connect it, and now just set it again, 7893. Okay, set, and it's connected. See, now it's connected. Now you can actually take it off. You don't need it, just need to connect it. And let's see, no clip. Okay, and let's see how it works. The gate is opened. Okay, it's closed. Oh, already sees me. So if I'm a guy with a double barrel shotgun, I'm coming here, try to, and it's gonna shoot me. Okay, let's just check that one more time to make sure it's gonna work. I'm gonna switch that off, clear me from the authorized list, and switch that off. On again, and no clip. I'm seeing this base. I want to door camp them. I'm coming towards with my DB, and I'm getting shot at. The last thing I want to touch upon is that the external TC needs power. Well, I think using solar panels is the easiest way to hide your that the external has solar power. If you place the solar power very close to the edge, what you actually can do is place a roof like that, and the solar panel still is getting power from the sun. It's still seeing the sun. Well, that's how Rust works, the physics in Rust works, and so from the outside you cannot see that. And if you just place a few walls in here, the solar panel will be totally hidden. Well, the last improvement I want to show is that you don't have to place an extra foundation for your external TC. You can fit that all in one foundation. So you place the solar panel, then you close off the roof. The solar panel will still get electricity if it's facing the sun. Now you take your TC, you can place it in the corner facing the window that you're gonna put, and then you're just gonna put some battery here. And now you can put your other electrical components in here, or in this space, and then just close off and see it's all closed from all the sides, and you just have two foundations with the external TC and the doors with the turret. Well, that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful. You can use this in a lot of ways. I use it mainly against door campers for my gate or the entry to my base, but you can use this setup in many different ways. For example, for a trap base, you can put such auto turrets inside your compound, so when raiders breach your compound, they're gonna be surprised that once they reach the area where the hidden HBHF sensor is, they're gonna be shot by the auto turrets. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.